Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please, if you're in this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. And please always come back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate your big support to this platform. Today is today, and tomorrow is going to be another day. Today, I was able to see how desperate the fisherman is totally and totally desperate. You know, I saw, I watched one of his videos where I was just moving with a short and a vest, and again on that very vest, he's putting on, he's putting on a jumper. From morning to evening, he looks like he's from the garden. That shows you the rate at which things are boiling, you know. So they used to think that arresting other people, taking them to police custody and the rest, it was fun. You know, when they used to talk about Gitriba, Mayuguno, and the rest. For them, they thought people going to jail, it was for fun. Now that things have turned against his own plus him himself, he is starting to see that it is real fire. Because I have seen the fisherman coming out and saying that how can you arrest a boy? How can you arrest, this boy, you know, put him into police custody, and is the only boy for his own father? Is the only boy. Do you want to grab their land? What are you after? What are your intention? That was the fisherman talking in that way. For them, they thought when the Gitiriba was taken into police custody, for the family of those of Gitiriba, it was not paining. It was not paining. It was not paining. And the pain the family of those of Gitiriba went through, the drama their children of Gitiriba went through, that their father was arrested and put into police custody. You think it was not paining for them? You think yours is the only one that pains, and for other people don't pain? Sometimes people don't reason. They don't reason. And actually the fisherman knew all about the things. He knew, he knew about all the things that was happening. And he knew that actually his friend was keeping a miner at his place. I was able to watch one of the videos when this so-called Mr. Kukuman was being interviewed. And he said, at first when this Mayan boy impregnated his step sister, and the mother to the girl went to Mayani's home, Mayani was very quick to chase her away, that you cannot come to my home, go away from my home. That type of arrogance. So the arrogancy that we have been seeing this boy displaying on the screen, it is real arrogance. He lacks respect, he lacks respect. And people want us to keep quiet and not to talk about some of the things. I have seen them crying. You cry because your brain does not help you. Now they have seen I was able to see the fisherman saying, those ones who used to be friends to Mayani, they have abandoned him. Let me tell you something. A sober person will not want to associate themselves with the wrong person. They will not want to associate themselves with the wrong person. And that is now what is happening. And we used to tell him that the day people will leave you alone, you will live to regret it. And we used to make it very, very clear. We used to make it very, very clear, that the day you will remain alone, you will end up regretting. And now exactly that is what is happening. Where are the groups of Anastro that used to make noise? Where is Mogesi? They are nowhere to be seen. But these are the people that they used to talk, make videos with. What is happening? We keep on telling people that please, when you're going to make a mistake, you'll make it and you'll suffer alone. And that is what is happening. And me personally, I will again send a very, very strong warning to the fisherman. Your time is coming. You will not hide forever. Because you guys, these individuals, were able to traumatize people in this community. Not one or two. It was their role to traumatize families. Congrats, mom, and the family. If I'm to count, the list is too long. The list is too long. And they were happy about it. They were jubilating. So I heard the fisherman saying, now that they are jubilating that they have arrested Mayani. So he want us to do what? To look, sympathize, and yet you guys used to do wrong things, including parading a girl who is married, Obasa. You guys use Obasa and abandon her completely. And you guys, you don't want us to talk about this. There is time for everything. There is time to sow and there is time to harvest. Now Mayani is harvesting what he has sown. And even you yourself, soon you will face. There is this one who is now loitering like he is the village judge in the village there. This so-called lion. Any case that happens in that village among the YouTubers is the one who is moving around. I can assure you the day they will arrest him, the day things are going to turn against him, all those people he is claiming that he's supporting them will abandon him. I can assure you. I have seen how they are making noise. When their own is arrested, they are very eager to shout. They are there to make noise. They will make noise from morning to evening. I sympathize with this father of Mayani. But also, it shows how incapable he was in raising a good child. Because the stories that is coming about this boy is terrible. A boy who can sleep with his own sister. Because this boy and the first girlfriend, the teenager, they are brothers and sisters. Because these people are relatives. And that is a curse to the family. And if it's not very serious, these things are the one that is going to continuously follow him. Because what he did is an abomination in African traditional society, even up to now. It is not allowed For a boy to marry his own sister, or to a boy to sleep with his own sister, it is not allowed. It is an abomination. This boy, when you look at him, even when he wakes up in the morning, you may think he's drunk. You may think he takes these weird things. And that's the boy we are talking about. It is very alarming. Very, very alarming. So I was able to see the fisherman making a lot of noise. A lot of noise. We have been thrown into an ambrigodo or what. I was like, now, look at you. All along you knew what was happening, but you could not advise Mayani to do the right thing. He could not. And I have not seen any negative reactor coming out clean to support a girl child. Those women we always see, they are not coming out. Those negative reactors who are women there, I have not seen even one person coming out. What if such a thing would have happened to their own children? Would they be happy? Would they be happy? They would be making noise. And I'm wondering, why have they decided to keep quiet on this issue? Actually, they would be the people who are making noise right now. But they are very busy talking about the mwango and the boyfriend. That is where they are focusing. They are ignoring what is happening in this village. Because they feel when they talk about that, they are going to get a lot of views. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? So they are in support of what Mayani has been doing in the village. Disturbing these young children. These so-called negative reactors. Is that what they are supporting? They are supposed to support the girl child. They are supposed to do right things. It makes me really very, very sad. You know, sometimes I try even to avoid myself in such topics, but when you look at it, you are like, but now, what is this? Because this is not the first time for this Mayan to do such a thing. That also the mother to that girl, I think, should be arrested and first put into bars for like 2 days so that she can learn a lesson. You cannot be selling your daughter. Me, I call it selling. You sell your own daughter. I know, I understand there's a lot of suffering, a lot of gamble in life. But why? Why your own daughter? Why? It does not make sense. Does not. And you find this is what the fisherman stands for. That is very busy collecting money from subscribers. Send money, we bail him, send money, we bail him. That's the fisherman. And that's a person who was very busy that is fighting for the young child. Now you see what he's doing. Is it because the other ones were not belonging to him? Now that they have arrested his own, he's very busy that is going to bail him out. That is going to try all what he can to bail him out. What kind of madness is that? that is now standing with a person who is very busy, impregnating young children in the village. That's what the fisherman is standing for. Kintu is standing for. A person who is impregnating young girls in the village. Also there are subscribers who don't see. They just see where they're stepping. And actually, some of these individuals are the ones who are promoting this madness. They tell you, send money, we bail him out. You are busy sending. They're very busy sending, promoting madness. And yet, when the issue of Mayuguno and the rest came out, these negative reactors, they were standing very, very strong. They should be arrested. They should be doing what? They should, even for things that were not right. Allegations that were not true. They were very busy pushing. Now when it comes to this one, none of them coming out to talk about it. What are they trying to show us? That they're in support of the wrong things that are happening in this village. Is that what they're trying to tell us? Is that what they're trying to tell us? There is a lot of issues that are really being covered up. A lot of things are being covered up. And in fact, it's like police were already aware of this issue of Mayani and this girl. Only that there was no right time to arrest this young man. And when they went to arrest him at first, he was there at home, and they got the girl at his home. So the first attempt failed, and now this is the second attempt. They have grabbed him. When your 40 days elapses, that is when your brain will open. It is really very, very alarming. Very, very alarming. That the so-called Mugesi, Ernesto, the fisherman, Kintu, they are in support of what has been happening. And the person who is very busy mobilizing money at the moment is the fisherman that will go and bail this Mayani for impregnating young children. I wish this Mayani impregnates his own sister, a younger one. That is when he will be in position to feel what other people have been feeling. Or any of his cousins, younger ones. Because this is a predator. He eats anything that he sees. And now that is something in his blood. He's now a caste man. And it is going to be very hard for him to stop such things. So the best place to teach him actually would be in prison. Because he was released. It is not 2 years. He has impregnated another one. He are not yet pregnant, but you never know. So when they take him inside, they will bring him back. You will do the same. Because in his mindset, he feels that he's doing the right thing. That is why even when people were talking, making videos, talking about him, that actually what you're doing is wrong, he was coming out very, very strongly and calling people stupid. And he was saying that those are smaller things. Now they are smaller things. Let him come out and tell us. Are they now smaller things that he used to talk about? So please, sometimes people should learn to stick to the truth. So actually, the person who is very much in support of wrong things in that village is actually the fisherman, hiding himself that is doing good things, yet is actually a wrong man. Don't be surprised that the actual things that this Mayani is doing is also what the fisherman is doing. Me, I will not be surprised. Show me your friends and I will tell you who you are. You know? It is becoming so ugly, very, very ugly in this village. But it is because of some few individuals that are so greedy, too greedy, too greedy. Actually, I was able to see Kukuman when he was being interviewed. I see he's very happy. Very happy. But I would also want to tell him to be very, very careful, because these groups of young men that are capable of doing anything. Because time can reach and they can be like, have nothing to lose in life. Have nothing to lose in life. And they can do anything. So I would really want to tell him that, don't be too excited in some of the things. However strong you are, but don't be too much overexcited when you're doing certain things. It's not a good, it is not, you know, excitement is bad, you know, because I've really seen how proud he is. He's very, very proud, very proud that Mayani is actually in prison. Also, a lot of people are watching, by the way. A lot of people are watching the Cookman. And there are also people who also want him to face the same thing Mayani is facing. It might not be in terms of young girls, but there are people right now who are waiting that if Mr. Kukuman gets a problem, they will be in position to finance so that he can sleep inside. They are there, by the way. Let me tell you, see, if you are driving a vehicle going in front, there are also people who are driving vehicles going where you are coming from. So meanwhile you are focusing to do the right thing, there are also people who are wishing you so badly that you should also go to the same place. I'm not saying that Mr. Kukuman should go to prison, but what I'm trying to say is that let him not be too overexcited. You see, excitement actually is the one that causes for the fisherman a lot of issues. When he was too excited that he's the one who knows how to FBI, NBY, in the village, I can assure you that happiness right now is normal. It is normal. That's why he has even reached a point of saying he does not want to engage himself in things, in matters that are rising in the village. But before, he was too excited. He was a man who is after everything that is happening. My advice to the Kukuman, I'm not discouraging him that, you should not be doing these certain things in the village, exposing this and this. No. What I'm trying to say is that avoid too much excitement. Because actually the man is too excited. Very much excited. that excitement is not a good thing. It's not. It's actually a sign that soon you yourself might end up falling into a problem. Let me tell you, I have seen people who can become too excited, including the fisherman. But I can assure you right now, the fisherman is not at peace. Even you remember the story of Mugesi. When he was too excited, he was arrested just because of a phone. And from that time, the life of Mugesi has never been the same. It has never been the same. And it will never be the same. And I made a video telling him to go and apologize for the people that he has actually been causing a lot of nonsense to them. He never listened. And I will still repeat in this video that he needs to go and apologize to the people that he has offended. You know? If he has the brain, let him listen. If he does not have, those are his problems. But I can assure you, even up to now, he is not yet at peace. Because you have now seen anything that is happening in this village, we are still directing them to those very individuals. We are now saying that these people used to stand for the girl child. What happened? What happened to them? So these are the very things I'm saying. They will not be at peace. They will not. Because we are still going to keep on throwing the ball on their side. I saw the fisherman coming out. That is not the policeman of the village. Not everything that happens in the village is his work. But you came out. You're fighting for them. What happened? So actually it means he was after using them and dump them. After making, because he used them and made money. What he's using for building his house. He made a lot of money out of them, making noise. You know, the story of those of Gitiriba made for him a lot of money, a lot of views, and he's constructing. So the tears of some people are actually in that house of the fisherman. The tears of some people, some families are actually used them for building that house. You know, use them. But those are the things that he does not know. And you see, problems are following him. He was running around, trying to hide himself from police. He tried, but he failed. He was arrested. Money was paid. You know? Money was paid. And still the case is going to go to court. The case is still continuing. That means he needs still to organize himself, to put some money aside. Are you seeing? Still, on the issue of Mogesi, still money, on the issue of Mayani, still money need to leave his pocket. He said he has $200, $200 or $300. So money will keep on leaving his pocket. The tears that used to come from people's eyes, he is paying, but he's not seeing. Actually, he is not seeing that he's paying for the tears. And he's going to continue paying. Like, even if it is little money coming out, it is still money. Next time, if they are to arrest the lion, you will need to go and stand for the lion. So you are going to be roaming in police station up to when? You know, he's just out of police station, not far away. Today he's back. He has gone back to see Mayani. Next time he's going to go and see who? Anesto, Mugesi. He's going to go and see who? Because I can assure you, he is still going to go back to that police station, whether he likes it or not, either to stand for somebody, and money still will go out of his hands. You see, issues of police, when you start engaging yourself in those kind of things, it will be part of your life almost, no? Every year you will be going there, either you or somebody else, either you or a member of the family, that you need to go and check. That's how tricky the issues of police are. Because I've seen people that arrest you today because of a smaller thing. After 1 month, they arrest your friend. You keep on. It's like the police station is part of your home, that you cannot finish like a whole year without going there. So actually, that's what I'm starting to see, that the police station is becoming the home of the fisherman. He used to go there when Mugisi was arrested. He was there. Now, if people, maybe there's some people who may think that no, they are just talking. Let me give you an example. Mugisi was arrested. He went there. He was there. He went to stand for Mugisi. They started looking for him. He was dodging. Even himself, he visited there. You know? Now Mayani has been arrested. He has gone there. Is it even a year? It is not a year. You know? It's not a year. So if in 1 year you have gone there three times, just know there is a possibility. Because still he's supposed to go back there. He's supposed to be going there reporting and the rest. Court issues, you know. So you find a whole year you are there going in court issue, you are reporting to police, no. It becomes now part of you. And you may look at it like it is a normal thing. It is not a normal thing. There are things that are following you, but you are not seeing. You are not seeing. And that is exactly what is happening to the fisherman. So all of this year, you will be in issues of police. All of this year. And there's still a chance that even next year, you will be doing the same thing. Police. It becomes part of you. But all this comes because there are people who don't listen. People don't listen. If there is something you should avoid in your life, is issues of being in police stations. Because when you start, it will be like a curse in a family. Time can reach, then you stop going there, because probably now you are becoming age and what. Then it can shift to your children. Your son will have impregnated a child, he goes there. It becomes a chain, which is really very hard to break. You see, a home of criminals, you know, when, I don't know, if you see a home of criminals, it will be, every time they will be there, you know, every month, every week, they are in police. They come out, they go, they come out, they go, they come out. It becomes like a home. The police station becomes like a home. And even when they go there, like, hey, again today you are here, you know, you become part of the family with the police there, you know, which is a bad thing. And me personally, I would not want to see, you know, such things happening to YouTubers. But you see, people who are criminal, they are criminal. Whether you know, like now, now what's that? Is he not really a criminal? Me, I suspect that man was even probably a thief. The higher chances, because the way he does these things, that type of arrogance that he has in his face, you know, you can just look at his face and you're like, hey, man, are you okay? So those are the group of people, these so-called fishermen, want to have around him, probably for his protections. Because also he has noticed that those dogs cannot do anything when he is in a problem. He used to think that those dogs will try to protect him here and there. The dogs here in Africa, you just need to throw for them a piece of meat, and that is all. They will start even looking at you like you are their father. You are now a god. Because some of those dogs take too long to eat meat. What they eat is this ugali, and maybe you give them soup, but they don't taste the real meat. Which home here in Africa, in the village, will buy meat, then you give a dog? Which home? Yet every home is struggling to get meat. So when you come with the meat on your hands, you throw for a dog will be like, yes, things are good today. A dog will just let you go and do whatever things you want to do. Because even themselves, they can be corrupted. Meat has power. Who does not know that? If meat does not have power in the USA, Canada, UK, where, Jamaica, here in Africa, meat has power. Let me give you an example. People can go and attend maybe a wedding ceremony, traditional marriage. Let me first give an example of a traditional marriage. They have slaughtered a bull. Then people eat. At the end of the day, some people miss. I can assure you, you will see how long people's mouths can become. Because of meat. You can be in position to see how people's mouths can become too long, because somebody have just missed meat. So meat here has power. Let no one deceive you. Even in burial places, people fight for meat. And then you tell me somebody can just buy meat and give a dog. My friend, because meat here is a delicacy. It's a delicacy. People take long to buy meat to eat. People take long. Some people even eat meat during Christmas only. And that meat, somebody have to go and dig in somebody's garden so that in order to buy that meat. Then you tell me that somebody can throw meat to a dog. Of course, there are homes that can afford to buy meat, but those ones in town, but in villages, let me tell you, they are not there. They are not there. And actually, in villages, people who keep dogs, they are poor. They are poor people in villages. People who keep dogs in villages, they are poor people. I can assure you, don't look at now like Nasto, what, and the rest. There are homes that are keeping dogs, and they are really, really poor. Very poor. Because really you are going to keep 10 dogs for what? For doing what? You are keeping 10 dogs to do what? To do what? What are you going to do with the 10 dogs? You cannot feed them. You want them to start going around eating people's people's goats, people's sheep. Because when you look at the fisherman, he's keeping like how many dogs? 6. So you keep all those dogs for doing what? And actually, for example, in my village, a person who keep dogs, very many dogs like that, and he does not use them for hunting, there are higher chances that man is a thief. He's a thief. People who keep very many dogs in the villages and they are not hunters. In most cases, they are thieves. I know somebody can be like, but David, how? Me, I grew up in the village. I know what I'm talking about. What they do, if your hen crosses his home, that hen will never go back. If your hen crosses his home, that hen will never go back. You can imagine such a person can be also keeping hens. You know, here in Africa, we practice free range system. Free range system is where you leave your chickens just to move. And those dogs always, they will know how to separate between their own chickens of their home and the different chickens. And when they see a different one, they will chase until they grab it. And the owner will eat it. Here in Africa, people will always want to keep something that they benefit out of. And also, there are those who will pretend that they are hunters, but they go to the swamp. If they land on your goat roaming around the swamp, you know their homes that stays around the swamp areas. People go and tie their goats maybe in the swampy. You know, people take their pigs. Their pigs that can live. Leave their homes on the upper side, going to the swamp to, can I call it swimming? The pigs. Those dogs, if they land on such a pig, now that is the real meat. Then you see people coming at, today we have got we have got a pig, this wild pig. We have got, when you look critically, it is these normal pigs that are from the domestic pigs. There are these animals that looks like goats. I don't know how they call them in English. They will go get your goat, slaughter it, and they'll say, we landed on that animal and today was a good day. Because you will not see the head. And for them to confuse people, they will cut the skin of a goat. They don't to peel it, or do they call it peeling? Something like that. Removing the skin. They don't remove the skin. They make sure they cut it just so that you will not differentiate between, until you go very, very close, which they will not allow you. The hunters in the villages. We know these tricks. So people who keep a lot of dogs in the villages, in most cases, some of them are thieves. Most of them are thieves. Because actually you are keeping those dogs for what? They burden. They eat a lot. A dog eats a lot of food. So when you see people conducting themselves in funny ways, actually by the fisherman is not a clean person. It's only that nobody have come out to give us a very clear picture who the fisherman is. You will be too shocked because you see what type of things he supports. That shows you, it gives you a picture of who that man is. Please, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. And please, always come back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate your big support to this platform. I would really want to say, but by the way, Dr. Wewe, this is a video that will be coming in the morning, I think at around 8 a.m. in the morning. The video will be coming from Dr. Wewe YouTube platform. Please subscribe there if you have not yet subscribed, and also comment, like the video. Please, let's take Dr. Wewe to 1,000 subscribers. Please, I would really appreciate. Please, if you're here and you have not yet subscribed to Dr. Wewe, please check it out. Check Dr. Wewe. Dr. Wewe. Wewe is WEHWEH. Check Dr. Wewe and please subscribe to Dr. Wewe. Thank you so much. I really appreciate, and I'm appreciating in advance. And for those who have already subscribed to Dr. Wewe YouTube platform, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you, and thank you a million times. I would really want to end here by wishing all of you the best. And let's meet again in our next video tomorrow. And greetings to all of you watching me from USA, UK, Canada, all of you from the Caribbean, and not forgetting my good people here in Africa. But I've realized that I have a number of people who are watching me from India. Blessing and greetings to all of you. Thank you so much, my good people. I really, really appreciate your big support to this platform. Greetings to you, Jidimoya. I hope you're enjoying your stay here in Africa. I hope you're enjoying our life here in Africa. Yes, that is how we live here. And thank you so much, my good people. Blessing upon blessing to you. Let's meet again in our next video tomorrow. God bless all of you.